We're joined now by Rebecca Alarcon in Miami. She's a venture manager for Project Pulso, a digital organization focused on linking Latin Americans in the U.S. Liz, for the sake of transparency, we should say you are a vocal critic of President Maduro. What do you think of the developments that have happened so far? Do you believe this is the most serious threat to Maduro's leadership?
I think that what we're seeing is the first time in a long time where the constitutional right to take back and restore democracy in Venezuela is being charted as a path forward for the country. And what we're seeing is a route that has not been utilized by the opposition in moments past when we've seen them at an impasse with the Maduro regime.
The Venezuelan military is still supporting Maduro. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, I think it's more nuanced than that. So what we saw was that it took the higher ranks of the military more than 24 hours to come forth and give a statement today. None of them were accompanying Maduro yesterday when he gave his statements from the balcony in that very emblematic square. And so it is clear that there are divided factions within the Venezuelan military, and we have to wait and see how that plays out. But it is very certain that all eyes are on the Venezuelan military at this time.
Guaido seems to have really re-energized a divided opposition. The big question is, will he be able to retain that support?
I have felt and seen, not only here in Miami, but around the world, the excitement, optimism, and reinvigoration of people from all across the political spectrum in Venezuela. I think that this is the moment that the Venezuelan opposition needed to unite, both within parties, within different factions, and as long as they stay united and as long as they stay in communication and work together as they have been under the leadership of Juan Guaido, I think that this is going to be a watershed moment.
Liz, Venezuela has faced, or is facing, I should say, really dire economic conditions. Now you have this political one as well. I mean, do you really envision a scenario where Nicolas Maduro would say, okay, I'm done, I'm leaving, I'm resigning, the opposition wins?
It's definitely not going to be that easy, and I think that the opposition has had 20 years now of lessons learned to understand who needs to be at the table to make sure that the transition towards democracy is a peaceful one. Everything will be on the table moving forward, including amnesty, working together, negotiations for those in the Maduro regime. But what is certain is that the Venezuelan opposition has the Constitution on their side, and that they are going to go forth in a peaceful manner to make sure that we transition in the best way possible.
Are you concerned at all that this political crisis will make things more difficult for the people of Venezuela? Concerned that President Maduro is going to react in some way or fashion that will make things harder for them?
What we've seen is a complete deterioration of the country at the hands of Maduro. So I don't foresee the new interim president of Venezuela forgetting that there is a humanitarian crisis. The first thing that he has asked for is humanitarian aid, not only from the United States, but from other countries around the world that have recognized him as a legitimate president. So I know that it is a priority for Juan Guaido to make sure that moving forward in this interim and transition process, that humanitarian aid and assistance is first and foremost a priority for the people of Venezuela.
All right, Liz, Rebecca Alarcon joining us from Miami. Thank you.